All right, here we are. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Good. Awesome. Everyone's good. This is like that social good. It's like fine.
Yeah, fine, great.
I'm fine. Don't ask. All right. I'll ask you later how you're really
Yeah,
doing.
it's like when somebody says, "Oh, how are the kids? They're good. They're getting big."
Yeah. That's you have to have those generic answers. Who wants to get into it?
I mean,
If you're just joining us, so we are ThinTech Wellness and Weight Loss, otherwise known as ThinTech Weight Loss and Nutrition. We have a lot of actually DBAs, but what we do is we open up our Tuesday meetings to everyone, which I think is proof positive of how open we are and how insane we are sometimes. Is that correct? All right, good.
validation.
So listen, without further ado, let's get into it because right now, I mean, is it happy Easter, everyone? Happy Passover. We're right. These are the holidays now, Jen. So we're going to be celebrating everything that people celebrate for Passover and Easter. So I mean, that includes murder, oppression, affliction, plagues, betrayal, all of these things. It's wonderful.
All things wonderful. Makes the world go round.
It also includes, obviously, liberation and rebirth. So that's where the focus should be, right?
Yes.
All right, good. So let's get into. Do we have a testimonial today?
I have
We-
one. Jen,
You have
one?
Thea has one.
I haven't been in, so
No,
I
I
don't
know.
have any paperwork.
I have one.
Jen has not been into the office, so Jen is usually the one in charge of that, and I didn't even think to follow up and see, but apparently Thea took
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, you know what? I
Thank
actually
you.
have a quote I'm going to send Jen that she could play on. By the way,
What's that?
so after Thea's testimonial, send this to Jen right now.
Okay.
We all have quotes for Jen.
No, but this is good for her to talk on. She doesn't have a testimonial. This is perfect.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So let's go with Thea. Let's talk about our testimonial of the week.
There we
Okay,
go.
this is from Jeanette. And she says, I can't believe I did it. At first, I didn't think I would be successful, and I was hungry all the time. After a while, it got better. Now I am so happy I stuck with it. I feel great. My back pain is so much better. My clothes fit great, and I have a lot more energy.
Nice.
Wow, Jeanette who? First initial, last name.
V.
Jeanette V. Okay, thank you, Jeanette V, if you're watching us.
Nice.
What do you like about that one, Jen?
I like that. I like multifactorial focus. So I like that she didn't just identify it as a weight loss thing, because
Right.
we focus on weight. What we really don't understand is that the weight is just a surface thing, but the rest of it is about how you feel and how you show up and present in the world. And when you're feeling better and your clothes are fitting better and you're not filled with all toxic chemicals, you present better and you're long-term like more happy and productive in society.
Right. Nice. We're creating better citizens, aren't we?
So yeah, and I think quote the Gary the Guru, you guys are doing bleeping great stuff here.
Yes.
You can say the first letter.
What's that?
You can say the first letter.
Effin?
Yeah, everyone can imagine. Yes.
Wash my
The Guru is very colorful with his language. He loves what we do. He gets excited by it. He was in the office the other day. He was visiting, and I showed him a bunch of testimonials, and that's how he gets. He just gets so excited he can't help but becoming like a truck driver.
Yeah.
So that's the Guru. What quote, Jackie, do you have for Jen?
I sent it to Jen. I could read it. I actually saw this and I was like, this is really good.
Yeah, it is good. I love it.
Every bite of food you eat is a short-term investment in how you feel, a midterm investment in how you look, a long-term investment in your freedom from disease.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I got to share this, and I was going to post it today. So here you go.
That's kind of interesting.
Right?
Thea, do you remember this from school? Isn't it true that like our bodies, we exchange all of our cells like in a 7-year period?
Yep.
Right? So literally we are what we eat.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wild stuff.
Isn't that
All
great?
right.
Like that's why I'm like, that was really that should be a topic on its own.
It can be. Absolutely. Cellular regeneration.
Hmm.
All right. Do we have a recipe for today?
We do, and I actually have to give credit to my husband because it's his.
Nice.
I'm not going to eat it if it's your husband.
So John, well, not we, but my family, Isabella and Johnny are huge fans of fennel. So they take a bulb of fennel, pretty much each, 1 can of tuna in water drained, mix it with black pepper, pink salt, and arugula, and a little squeeze of lemon. Toss it up, chop it up, and you have a salad. After post-program, he'll shave fresh Parmesan on top and a little bit drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. My mom did the same thing, and she actually added a chopped clementine to it.
Love fennel.
Did your husband add like cheese and oil to everything?
Believe it or not, I do. Like I am
You do.
post-program. I'm like, what cheese can I try first? Like I honestly, if you caught me, I bleed cheese in coffee. Like it's so bad. It's a very bad habit. Thank God for the most part, they're not triggers for me. But I also do eat real cheeses. I don't eat like
Right.
Kraft Singles, American cheese. Like I don't do, like I'm like I want a Gouda or Brie or a Feta or Parmesan, like real off the block Parmesan.
Right. The less processed, the better when it comes to cheese.
I
right?
do. I mean, it's like there's definitely a balance there.
Okay. So I don't think that I'm ever going to make that recipe, but it sounds pretty good. Yeah, I don't see it.
Well, I myself, I'm not a huge fennel fan.
I can only get so excited about fennel.
I know.
Me too.
I'm not a
I
huge
love
You
fennel.
too, Trish, right?
Me too.
I
Yeah,
can't
I
eat
love
it.
it.
It used to be
Oh.
on the table for the holidays. Like my mother-in-law put what it's fanook, right? The Italian.
Yep.
That's what they go. Oh, eat it. I'm like, no.
Fanook. Is that a curse?
Yeah. That's fennel in Italian, but like it's out for all the holidays, but we actually do keep it in the house. My kids eat it. My husband eats it. They love it. My mother loves it. I just don't like licorice. It's just not a taste that I
Me too.
Exactly.
There's very few things I eat clearly. So that just happens to be one of them. But I did try it. It does taste really good when it's all chopped up. It is a really good salad. It's
Isn't there a vegetable called like fenugreek or something like that?
Fenugreek?
Yeah.
Fenugreek. That's not fenugreek though.
Yeah.
That's not the same thing. Is it in the
No.
family?
No. That
Let's
helps.
see a
bring-
step working, please.
That's a mother's milk. Then you get the mother's milk aid,
It's
What?
a mother's milk aid.
isn't it? Isn't that the one that brings the milk supply in? It either
You
brings
got
it
me.
or stops it. I don't remember.
No.
when
I
I
don't
was
know much.
breastfeeding, I was living on macadamia nuts and like every nut under the sun.
Okay, well, it probably helped. You had those good,
Yeah,
those
that-
good healthy fats for you. Yeah.
I'm curious. Jenny, you looking it up? What is that?
I can't remember if it's. I think it helps build the
What's it called? Fenugreek?
fenugreek.
Fenugreek.
A
Yeah,
fenugreek.
it's the same.
Yeah. You mean it helps the production of the?
It helps
Yeah.
milk production.
Yeah.
Because I remember that, and I like second guessed myself, but when I had summer, my body shut down because I had a C-section, and
Uh-huh.
fenugreek tea.
Oh,
Right.
well, it looks like mint
No.
leaves.
What's that?
It looks like mint leaves. Like the
Yeah,
seed.
it's in the tea. It's
It's very thin little.
Like
Wait, I've had fenugreek tea also. Is something bad going to happen?
that wiki blue.
You're gonna lactate.
listen.
Do I eat that? I have enough problems.
breast
Gonna get up and get the wet shirt.
more than gold.
That
Oh boy,
Sell it.
this is what it's like to be the only man with a bunch of women.
Oh, you love it.
I love it at times.
says-
So listen, here's my question. I have a question today. Let's start off with this. Trisha is very excited about today's question. Let me ask you this. So, show of hands, how many of us wake up and there's a song like in our head? And I'm not talking about in some kind of a Pollyanna, Marianne way.
Yeah.
I just mean that there's something stuck there.
anything.
No? Yeah,
Yeah.
But-
Depends on the day.
depends on the
Mhm.
day. So some days you do. Trisha, you do too?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Jen, sometimes?
Not waking up, but like every conversation triggers a song lyric.
That's a little different, but yes. But we're talking about waking up and
Yeah.
there's just like it crawled in through your ears while
Yeah.
you're sleeping.
Ooh,
You
Like-
get that too, Jack?
A lot.
Okay,
Oh.
got it. So,
I don't think
Trisha,
it's good, though.
let's start with you. I want to know this. What was the last song that you woke up and it was in your head, you couldn't get it out?
So, "It's a Beautiful Day" by Green Day is one of
Oh.
my favorite songs of all time. I use it in, my wedding videos and when my kids were born, like, to go with videos. So, for some reason, that will always kind of pop in my head in the morning. It's one of my most favorite songs. Not
Do I
every
know
morning,
this song?
because not every day is a beautiful day.
That's true.
But it is I love that song. It's like one of my
Do I know it?
You don't know
What?
it?
'Cause
Oh my
I know
God.
I know U2's Beautiful Day, but I don't know if I know the one by Green Day.
And Green Day, I think, redid it, right? I think so.
Oh, it's the same song.
Let's break
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the same one.
Oh, got it. I didn't know. Listen, come on. Am I going to listen to Green Day when I could listen to
Oh.
U2? Are
Oh,
you
I'm
kidding
pretty
me?
sure. Did they redo it? Maybe I'm having a
I
brain
never
fart.
heard the Green Day version of it.
I have
either.
to look it up. I'm pretty sure it is, but that's one of my
Google it.
favorite songs. Even if it's
Google it.
YouTube, it's one of my favorite songs.
I'd
I use
play
it
it
for
here, but I'm-
everything.
Yeah, I'm too technically
Elizabeth
stupid.
said, "I hope you dance." I dance all the time.
No,
Oh,
that's a
that's a-
song, Jacqueline.
That too.
That's a song.
That too.
Yes. I hope you dance. I hope you
Okay,
dance. Yeah,
before
no,
I-
that's a very nice song, Elizabeth.
Can I say this out loud?
Go. Tell me first privately, and then I'll give you permission.
This. I can't stand you two.
Oh,
Okay, we're gonna have to have a conversation, and you're gonna be going
Yeah,
on an
Jen,
extended
did they redo
vacation.
it?
I'm not crazy about them either.
Jackie and Thea are about to have a vacation. Okay, that's a different conversation. I brought this topic up. It's fun to talk about music. Listen, we had to talk about something fun today. You know why? Because yesterday Thea said to me, I said, "What should we talk about tomorrow?" And Thea said, "I don't know. I'll think about it and I'll get back to you." So then about 4 hours later, I got a text from her, and it's like, "I know. Talk about something fun."
I didn't say it like that.
There's one of those generic answers again.
Come on, like help a brother out here. And I
Yeah,
said, "Okay."
and then we
how about
decided
roller
roller
coasters?
coasters.
That's right. I said, "Okay, we'll talk about roller coasters." No, we talk about things that are important to people, and they can be fun, and we'll bring it around eventually to what the significance is. But who else has woken up recently with a song in their head? And what song? Jack.
Encanto. We don't talk about Bruno. I can't get out of my head.
Bruno Mars, Encanto.
Encanto, the movie, the Disney movie. So
Oh,
I know, but wait. So the soundtrack, believe it or not, is actually very good. It's a cute movie, but
It is.
the song, like it's, I did a Peloton ride. It all of a sudden popped up between, it was like Biggie Smalls and like some crazy mix, and then it was Encanto. It's on the radio. We don't talk about Bruno, but like any Disney movie, and there's a whole long story with it. It's actually a cute song. It has nothing relevant to my life.
right,
It's
but
like-
it got in there
but
somehow.
it's
Got in
really
your head.
So it's sometimes even just the beat. Like I catch myself walking. It's like it's just there, and I cannot get it out.
It's like that dumb Barney song a few years ago. Parents were jumping out of windows.
When it was a friend. What is it? Friends.
Don't do it. It's gonna get stuck.
You want to hear Bruno?
No, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Song popped into your head.
song that pops into my head a lot.
Yeah, upon waking up, if you can.
I don't know about waking up. I usually don't. I wake up and run, so like never any.
So that doesn't happen. You don't wake up with the song.
Now I will, because you like planted the suggestion in my mind. But no, but songs that pop into my mind. If I hear a song and I like it, then it'll like. I usually make it my ringtone until I'm sick of it. So for the longest time, it was I can't even remember.
Applebee's.
That's it. That's it.
Applebee's.
Oh my!
Commercial.
No, it's not my.
Oh,
My son does dance. Yeah, I said
love
this
that
to you
song.
guys.
Yeah,
then I
it's
get
from
tired.
the song.
So
We're still not tired of it here.
yeah.
Yeah, that's no good.
What
And
she-
how about you? How about you, Thea?
Well, right now, only because I'm making a video for my dad's surprise birthday party. So that song is because I'm constantly listening to it. So it's in my head morning, noon, and night. And it's called Don't Blink by Kenny Chesney.
Right.
I'm so bad with names. How does it
And
go?
you were kind enough to share that video that you made. You made a very nice video with you for your
So beautiful.
father. And
Thank you.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched the first 40 minutes, and then I had to get back to work. But it was lovely. It was very nice. Thank
It
you.
was beautiful.
Thanks.
Watched 4 minutes and then went, oh, a butterfly.
Squirrel, squirrel.
It was something like that. Well, I got to tell you, so here's my latest obsession, talking about something fun. There are these videos on YouTube, and they're basically, you're watching people who are watching songs, listening, but they're watching music videos for the first time, songs they've never heard. And very often it's songs that for them would not be in their normal listening style. Like, it might be an older person listening to rap, or it might be a younger person listening to something, from the 70s. And
Right.
it's fascinating. Have you guys ever seen these kind of videos?
I saw one. There was a TikTok. My friend actually just did it with the girls, and it happened to me, of course, in Kanto. You start singing it, and then it bursts out into another one. And yet, I want to see the kids' reaction, and the kids are like, they don't know what to do with themselves. They're like, "Wait, what is this? I've never heard this." It's
Yeah, that's a little different. I mean, the videos that I'm talking about, it's just the one song, and it's usually a couple of people, and they start dancing. Sometimes they start crying. I mean, it's songs they've never seen before. You guys haven't seen this? I'm gonna have to
No.
send this to you.
Mm-mm.
Send it to
No.
me.
It's really amazing, and it's the kind of thing, YouTube. You go down that YouTube rabbit hole, and you can't get out, right? So I've been watching these, and a couple of things struck me about these that's very interesting and maybe relatable. But let me just put it this way. Let me put it out there to you guys. Why do you think that is interesting to people to watch other people reacting to music?
You
I
mean
think it's if they know the song, or if they know the song and they're watching somebody else react to it, I think it brings back it brings up a memory for them. Maybe they're reacting the same way or feeling the same way when they hear the song.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
Right? Like, Saturday here in the park, I watched it, a video the other day of these kids watching that. And I'm like, oh, suddenly it's 1974. I'm in my father's Buick Regal, Jen, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, isn't that a song?
Oh, I just
Saturday.
Yeah. That was the song I was
yeah, it is.
referencing.
Oh, okay.
No, I
thought
didn't
you
just
were
make that
saying,
up.
No, I thought you were just saying Saturday you were in the park.
No.
I'm like,
I was referencing the classic Chicago
I
song.
got it. Now that's stuck in my head. Thank you.
Okay, good. Enjoy it. It's a good song. It's very
It is a
pleasing.
good song.
How about you, Trisha? Like, why? And you haven't done it yet, but I'm going to send it to you guys. I'm going to get you hooked on the same drug that I'm hooked on. So why do you think that that's appealing to watch other people reacting to something?
I guess kind of just seeing if they have the same reaction, like the emotional maybe reaction to it. I don't know. That's what I would think. I can't imagine, or seeing how they feel about the song too. I mean, kind of what Thea said.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating.
Jackie, I don't know about you, or Jen. I think your kids are a little older, but do your kids ever watch other kids open toys on YouTube?
So my kids aren't on YouTube, but yes, my
same thing. Yeah.
My,
Like, why do they watch it? Like,
yeah.
the surprise reaction that they get. I don't know.
My niece used to love watching. It was a YouTube video of people playing with Barbies in a dollhouse in front of our Barbies, and it was like, there's something wrong with this. Like, we're not doing this. I don't let my kids on YouTube, so I'm one of those. They don't see
Probably
it.
smart.
Probably.
How about
like,
Barbies in a dollhouse?
Yeah, it's funny. So like, there's become like this disconnect, right? So it's like, oh, this is so great. Look at this cool toy, but they're not. They have it now.
Yeah.
No, they don't want it.
No, or they want to play with it at a friend's house. They don't play with it here, or like they're more. It's like they always say they're more intrigued. Like kids, for some reason, more intrigued with the cardboard box.
Yeah, that's it.
But I think when it comes to like music or things like that, watching videos like that,
Other people.
It's like people watching, right? So it takes you out of your element for a minute, gives you like a little mini break. Not so much that you're eager to see what the reaction is, but it's like it kind of takes you out of reality for a second,
Yeah.
And based upon their impression, it sets your mood. It changes your mind.
It's uplifting.
Something. It is uplifting or not, or but it like kind of puts you in a different place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I haven't watched those, but I was just thinking I love to watch Ed Sheeran and Anne Marie do an acoustic version of 2002. It's like they're so fun and playful. The song is great.
He has a great personality. It's fun to watch.
Absolutely fun to watch them interact. Like she punches him in the arm, and he goes like, and then she kind of like ad libs and calls him a mug. It's fun. So I think it's like you know.
Lighthearted.
It's playful, and I think if you apply that, it like kind of like Jackie said, it uplifts you. It's uplifting.
Absolutely.
It certainly can be. And one of the other things is that the videos are recommended to these people by the people who watch their channels. Right? So there's this referral thing going on also. Like have you ever recommended that someone see a movie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And you notice like you get invested, like it's really important to you that they enjoy that movie.
Watch it. Did you like it? How was it? What'd you think?
Right. And and if they don't like the movie, then you're upset.
Yeah.
It's funny because that kind of goes on in these videos too. When I watch and it's a song I love, you know, Thea, they were listening to a Led Zeppelin song. I mentioned Thea because Thea loves Led Zeppelin. I saw a couple watching and listening to Achilles' Last Stand. And they were blown away. I mean, it's such a different kind of song, right? And it's so fast and energetic. And it was fascinating. But here's what one of the things that I get out of it is this, is that at this point, you know, everyone who's on here right now is past 30. Is that fair? Can I say that publicly? We're past 30 years of age?
Yeah, ish.
Okay. And everything that we've done, we've done 18 million times already. I mean, it's true of food. It's true of going to the mall. I mean, everything, like it almost seems like there's nothing new. And then when you watch these people listening to this song like you're able to relive it again, what it was like the first time, and you're able to enjoy it and see it through their eyes, and you really feel it. It's amazing.
No, it's true.
It's amazing. So from that, I was thinking, well, are we just bored? Are we bored when it comes to food? Is that the biggest problem? Jen, any thoughts about that?
Sometimes it's like, ugh, I have to eat today. I can't find what I want. I want something new. It depends, you know. I think that could be part of it. I think the challenge to keep it new and exciting, and trying new recipes. I like to have new recipes when somebody else is making them, because I have my favorite standards, and I'm one of those people that could eat the same thing again and again until I don't want it anymore. Even though I like variety, but I could see how that could be a factor. Yeah.
Well, there's the whole process also. It's not just the eating. It's not just the being bored with the eating. It's the being bored with the whole process of purchasing the food and preparing it.
All of that
and cleaning up after.
I would do, well, not the cleanup. I would do the shopping and the prepping and the cooking, because that I actually love. You know, when I'm like stressed, cooking is one of the things that totally takes me to a different place. I love the sound and the smell, like, of the chopping. I'm looking at my counter right now, and my
So
family.
Jen, you have to share what your secret is, because I guarantee you there are people listening. There are people on this very Zoom here who are just bored with the whole process. Like, we don't enjoy the cooking. We don't enjoy the preparation. What is it? How would you suggest people find that joy in those little things?
So for me, it's a creation. It's like, some people paint and some people draw and some people sing. And for me, cooking is my artistic outlet. I love the sights and the smells and the sounds, you know, the knife when you're chopping things up.
Jen's gonna start moaning.
Yeah, right.
The drizzle.
5 different things. It's a challenge also. So I like that.
Okay, got it. Now, do other people feel this way?
I definitely, like, I go through my ups and downs. Like, I'm either all in or I'm like, okay, I'm getting by, let's say, you know. And I feel like it's not because I'm bored with food. For the most part, now that you're making me think about it, when I do feel that way or out of place, or I'm not like on point when it comes to my food or cooking or prepping or
Wait, why does it sound like there's a critter in somebody's computer?
know.
Does everyone hear that?
I know.
Yeah.
It could be me because I'm on my phone. I don't know.
All right.
Not me.
Try putting your finger like over the mic or something.
Or mute it, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. We'll try this. Go ahead, Jay.
So I feel like for me, like when I go through those motions, it's always something else affecting my mood. So for example, it could be maybe a chaotic schedule, got disrupted. So I have a tight schedule as it is, but maybe something disrupted it and now I'm out of sorts. I didn't plan properly for it. Change of season sometimes does it to me. Like I notice I'm great holidays, January. For some reason, that January to February is such a weird time where it's like, I'm bored. It's cold. It's dark. I don't, like you're in that transition, that transition period. That's when I notice I kind of lose my I guess my push.
Okay.
I want to do things like that. But then I do get it back.
Got it.
I kind of like just force myself. Okay, enough. Let's go. Let's
Trish, how about you? Do you ever feel that way? I mean, it's a big conflict because on the one hand, we have to eat to survive. Yeah. On the other hand, like to do the whole process that it takes to eat, we don't want to do it. So we want to reach for something that's just fast and easy and satisfying. And that's like, the first step into the abyss.
Yeah. I don't enjoy any of it. I don't enjoy cooking. I mean, because I guess I don't really, have people can taste things and be like, oh, that's missing this. I don't have that, know? So I need something like directions to follow to make sure everything comes out perfect. I don't have that, I just don't have it.
Have you ever enjoyed it? No. Is it something you've lost or something you never had? So
I just never had it. I'm good at entertaining. I could, Easter, I'm having, 20 people here. But, I just, the process of getting it all to get the shopping and getting it all together and then prepping everything and cooking it and then cleaning it all, I just don't enjoy it.
Right. So it's all a big have to.
It's a big, only because I have to do it. Otherwise, I would
do this for the next 60 years.
Yes, correct. Correct. So I will do it because I have to, not because I want to.
Right. And what I'm suggesting is that if we could find a path of taking the process from the have to the get to, then
that's bringing Jen to my house.
Wait,
hire Jen, everyone.
You guys around? Hold on. I think I can.
What is she doing?
I don't know. What's funny though? So what you said, Doctor, I was like, oh, but you have to. You just want something quick, something easy. Do you notice if you're normal? Like I'm normally a planner, so when I have to grab something quick, something easy, do you ever notice like you really don't enjoy it? You're like, whatever, and it's not. Even though you're
that thing,
it doesn't do anything for you. That's how I feel.
So in other words, you enjoy the food more when you go through the whole process.
Absolutely.
Okay. How about you, Thea? Mm-hmm. Is there anything you enjoy about preparing food? I feel like you do, but not for yourself. You do for love. You do for the puppy.
No, that's why I drink protein shakes all the time.
All right, guys, do what we do.
I'm not a cook. I don't like to. I mean, if I had to, I could cook pretty good, but I don't enjoy it.
But do you realize if we solve this, like we've gone a long way towards solving one of the major issues that confronts ourselves and also our clients? Because it's very difficult if you're just going to pick things up last minute, if you're going to be going out to eat all the time. It's very difficult to be as healthy as you want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you guys, and especially for coaches, and Trisha, you see everybody when they come in. Everybody's initial thing, they're so concerned about the food. What am I going to be eating? What am I going to be doing? The time. So I feel like if you take good, real food and you make it simple, easy steps to prep something that's good, it does take a lot of the pressure off. I feel like, for example, like I love looking up recipes. I really do enjoy doing that. So there are some recipes that honestly I'm intimidated by, and I'm like, oh God, I can never make. That's a lot of work, and I already put it in my head like I can't do that. You go to Williams-Sonoma, they have phenomenal recipes. I took so many of them, like even drinks and appetizers, and we can kind of make a twist on it. And then some of them, just the name alone, I'm like, skip.
Williams-Sonoma. That's my Tiffany's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So it's funny, you
challenge.
know, Trisha, you mentioned that. I was trying to flip you guys around to show you my refrigerator because I had done some cooking this weekend, which like put me over the edge for having to rest afterwards. But I have all these containers with all these beautiful foods in them that people can just pull out. And, like, to me, it's everything. It's a whole experience. Like I said, it's like now when I'm in a bad mood, which is more often lately than it's unusual for me.
Well, let's qualify it. You just had surgery.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So lately, but I can't get to my happy place. If I'm like, right, I go to Whole Foods and I shop the vegetable aisle because for me, the color, the thing that pops into my mind when I think of that is the pepper display, the reds, the greens, the yellows, the oranges. So for me, it starts there. The culinary experience starts visually, and I form my recipes two ways. One based on what I see in the store, and the other one based on what I've tasted in a restaurant. And then my challenge, recreate the dishes I've had. I don't follow recipes. Whenever possible, I'll look at something for a basis and then I do my own thing.
Mhm.
And one of the running jokes in this house is you'll never get the same meal twice because I do a lot of leftover meals. I take all the ingredients and I make something new out of it. It's a challenge. It's like a
But
whole
let me ask you this though, Jen. So you're a centralist,
Mhm.
and you have the ability to see things with new eyes.
Mhm.
Now, don't you ever get bored of seeing the same color, of seeing the same food? I mean, after a while, with someone like me, it doesn't even register as something interesting anymore.
So as far as the same color goes, to give you an idea on that, I paint my downstairs kitchen. The kitchen was done 12 years ago, and it's the same color. And I would paint it again the same color. So when I find something I love, no, I don't get bored with it. But there are things that you need to spice up. So I move the furniture around. With cooking, you know, I don't love peppers, but I love making dishes with peppers because I think they're so pretty. So I don't know. I mean, do I change it up? Yeah, we have a lot of different meals in there. I think I know the fact that cooking nourishes. Like if you go back to Jackie's quotes, one of the things is I do love restaurants, but I don't love the way I feel afterwards. And I'm very aware of using it's been my focus of using food as medicine, not just to nourish the body, but to nourish everything.
Oh yeah.
So I have been a cooker, a home cooker. I made my first meal when I was 9. Yeah, I love it. I probably should have gone to cooking school. However, I cook. I don't, I don't really need the degree. I cook like crazy.
But we're still not getting to what I'm trying to get to, which is this. If we can solve this problem, and it's a problem that I have, and I feel like I'm not the only one here who has it.
Right.
And it's a problem that our clients have. If we can solve this problem, and if we can taste things like we did the first time we ever had it,
right.
And if we could re-experience that, and if everything could be new to us, and we can still, be as sensual and enjoy the things that we used to enjoy in the same way, then we wouldn't resent it so much, and we wouldn't just pick up things last minute and scarf them.
I think that's an individual issue.
But we want your help as individuals.
Yeah. So I think you have to find a way within yourself as an individual to realize why you could, should, and want to be cooking. Don't look at it like a chore. Like, okay, so women are told to exercise to be thin, and we should be telling people to exercise to be fit and strong and healthy.
Women are told to exercise to be thin.
We view exercise as a way to be thin, not strong and fit and healthy.
Fair enough.
Like if we incorporate things like exercise and cooking as a reward to our bodies rather than as a punishment for what we've done and want to get back to, then it's a different viewpoint. We do have a lot of clients who are like, I don't cook. This is boring. I can think of one person in particular who had like kind of set herself up for failure because everybody around her set her up for failure. And she couldn't she had already convinced herself she wasn't going to do well. And Jackie has a menu plan put together. So I gave her the week's worth of suggested recipes, and she used that as a springboard. So, sometimes you have to find what works for you within that. So if you get do a charge if you have to. Like for the longest time when my kids were younger, they complained about what I put on the table, and I went, all right, you know what, guys? Everybody gets a day. You get to pick a day of what you're cooking, what you want, and you're going to help me cook that. So we had Taco Tuesdays for the longest time. We had Meatless Mondays. We had there were 3 different meals that they cooked, and then the rest of it was on me. I was like, and I choose the rest.
Jen, let me ask you this way, and I'll put this out for all of you.
Sure.
Is some part of it just a matter of competence? Do you enjoy it because it's something you're very good at, and whereas we may not enjoy it because we're not so hot at it?
No.
Well, I think I just love it. I had an interest. I was drawn to it from the time I was little, and I became competent because I had a fascination with cooking. And then it spiraled into my current interests, which are, like I said, food is medicine. Food is healing or harming. So it kind of spiraled into, I love the way things tasted. I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead, Thea. I unmuted
So
you.
wait, I don't know if I'm muted. That's why I'm like,
You
hey,
were muted because of the critter that's crawled
Is it
inside
still-
your
is it
phone.
still
And
happening?
yes,
Yeah, it sounds like typing or little feet or
it's it's eating away at me.
That's so weird. I had it resting on this post. I thought maybe that was it because of the Wi-Fi, but I don't have Wi-Fi, so I don't
No,
know.
it's
Now
like
on a
there's a
box.
muskrat in
Yeah.
your machine somehow, and we're gonna set a trap for it, a poison trap. But what were you gonna say, Thea?
So I was gonna say that although I don't cook, I do find foods that are healthy for my body. Like I don't
Understood.
put any kind of crap into my body. Like that's like a number one rule
right.
in my life, and it has been for many years. So the protein drinks that I drink are, they're all organic, and there's no junk in them.
Yeah.
And the milk that I put in is not milk. It's oat milk, and it has 3 ingredients. So there's ways that if you do want to grab something quick like a protein drink that's healthy for you,
There
Yeah.
are,
Yeah.
and I know you won't settle, but the fact that you can't stand the process means you're the victim of whatever they're putting out there for you.
what do you mean?
You're totally reliant on what you can find that's as healthy as you want it to be.
But
And
yes,
there's a
that's true.
limited, right?
That's true. However, there are times when I feel like having food, and I'm like, so like yesterday, I made shredded zucchini, shredded carrots, and vegan made with lentil meatballs, and I whipped them up. I mean, I didn't make the meatballs. There was only 3 ingredients in them, and I cooked up the vegetables, threw the meatballs in there, and I took it to work yesterday with me because I felt like having some kind of food. So, but what I'm saying is, so Jen likes to cook, Jackie likes to cook. That's what they like to do,
Right.
and so they meal prep. However, there are people that they really don't have time. They really don't like it, and
Right.
there are good, healthy solutions. There are good.
That's
healthy,
right.
Not many, but there are good. Healthy solutions.
And that's the thing, because there's not a wide variety. There aren't many, so
Mm.
so that becomes difficult too. Jen,
Well,
you were going to say something.
there's shortcuts. You can go
Sure.
into the store and get the already chopped up vegetables. I do know Trader
I'm muting
Joe's,
Thea.
Whole Foods, they all have them. So you could grab those if it cuts the prep time in half,
Mhm.
in more than half. And there are days that I do that because I just don't always have the time. So I'll look at the ingredients. If you're willing to pay for somebody else to do the prep work, it's like having a personal chef without having a personal chef. It's having a sous
Right.
chef. So
Ultimately, that's what the Tom Brady's of the world are doing. They hire a chef, and
Yeah.
then they don't worry about it,
Yeah.
right?
But
Jackie, is that something that you're willing to do for the rest of us?
I
That's
house to house and cook.
it. That's it.
Would
I
love
have
to.
no problem. I serve everybody.
Yeah.
All right, good.
On this shore. Let's go. Let's get it done.
Well,
Sure,
let
I'll
me
be right
say
over.
this.
Yeah.
This is
exactly.
something, one of the reasons we exist is to help people solve problems. This is a problem for which there aren't any immediate, easy, apparent solutions, but we are going to continue to look. I am going to look, and the idea is we try to solve the problems for ourselves first, and then for everyone else. So
Yes.
if we're going to break the problem down, I think it first starts with a problem of actual interest in the whole process.
Right.
And then there's also obviously a societal problem that it's difficult to find ready-made. It can be done, and you have to pay a
Yeah.
premium for it,
Mhm.
right? But it is difficult at this point to find that. It is becoming more ubiquitous with these services.
Right.
And if anyone knows of any good services that do this, that deliver the food, I feel like ultimately they start out with good intentions, but then they start chincing a little bit, right?
Yes.
Yeah, everyone kind of has that same understanding.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I think like overall, I mean, I know, and a lot of it has to do with some time. I truthfully don't have the extra time to do a lot of certain things, but I really do try. My goal is no matter what it is for it to have the healthiest choices, the healthiest options possible.
Mhm.
Is it always 100%? No, it's not. But there is definitely a balance. I do have 2 young kids at home. We do have a very busy schedule, work, school, activities. I do sacrifice myself to get a lot of it accomplished, in terms of prepping and doing that. But I do notice having a plan for a larger portion of the week
Right.
does help. So even if it's not a tight plan, I'm not talking when I meal prep, and this is truth be told, especially in the midst of like, activity season and school and whatnot, holidays, I don't meal prep 5 days ahead. What I do is I try to make transitional foods that I know that this leftover could be served as something else. This
Exactly.
can be made to this. And I do try to reinvent quickly, but healthy.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest part of that hurdle, with the exception of planning ahead, is stocking your house with things that are easier to grab, that are healthier. For
Right.
example, if you're, my kids love muffins, right? I don't buy store-bought muffins. I will make homemade muffins and freeze them. So that one time that I made, 2 dozen of them and sorted them and preset,
Right.
they were done. They're hidden with vegetables, and I have.
Jackie, you make your kids eat frozen muffins?
I do. Well,
That
they're
sounds cool.
homemade. I know. I do frost them first sometimes. Eat this. Get out
You
the
throw it
door.
at them, right? It's like snowballs.
Exactly.
If you missed it, though, Jackie managed to work in the word sacrifice a few days before Easter. So well done on that, Jackie. We're going to have to end off here soon. Elizabeth says cleaning up is the worst part for her.
Agreed.
And
Or
agreed.
Yes.
I hosted.
Jen, you don't enjoy cleaning up?
Me?
No. Who does?
Part of the process.
Oh, it's not part of the process. No, the creation is part of the process. The mess, that should be somebody else's.
In order to create again, you have to have some destruction. And
Listen,
that's where the cleaning up comes in.
I destroy
So
the kitchen and then somebody else cleans up.
exactly.
If I'm cooking, someone else is cleaning.
that's the key. Either that, or you try to get paper plates and just throw them all out, and throw out the pots too. I've been known to do that. So listen, that's going to be it for today. I want to wish everyone a happy Easter, a happy Passover. Don't overdo it on the matzah or the Easter eggs.
Ooh, yum.
yum.
The Easter egg.
Matzah.
Matzah with Easter eggs. So don't go too crazy. But we will see you all in the office, we hope.
Yes.
All
All
right.
right, take care.
Bye.
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 Bye.